Hey everybody, how y'all doing this evening? Hey, welcome back to George's on the Town for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. I'm your host, Carl Schoening, and the Eagles last week improved to 2-0 as they knocked off Copper's Cove coming into Birkelbach Field, 38-14 last week. And this week will be the first week of District 11 5A play as the Eagles get to take on the Cedar Park Timberwolves. That'll be out at Gupton Stadium. We have a good show for you guys lined up as Coach Griffin will be joining us here in a moment. We're going to get to a couple players. David England operating the camera. Big thanks to him. Nathan Height in the crowd along with his wife Heather. They usually help us out here on SHN Sports. Y'all look like y'all had some good food. What'd y'all have over there? A pho salad, I believe. Was that all right, Heather? Pretty good. Nathan, you had the chicken fried steak. It looked pretty good. Yeah, I'll have to see which one I might pick out of that. I think today's Wednesday special is the prime rib or something along those lines. Not quite sure. We'll have to get double check on that one. But, hey, thank you guys so much for coming on out. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Chuck Griffin will be joining us, and we'll get this show rolling. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports. George's on the Town, a social grill, is a proud supporter of GISD Athletics. Located just off of South I-35 in Ribery, George's on the Town offers an upbeat, casual dining experience that's fun for everyone. From rehearsal dinners and work events to happy hour and Sunday brunch, there's always something to do at George's on the Town. Be sure to check out live music on their pet-friendly patio every Thursday at 7, and of course the Eagle Nation Coaches Show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. We can't wait to see you.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step,
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We're back at George's on the Town with the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. I know not everybody out here is participating in the show, but we're glad you're here anyway. Thank y'all so much. It's still happy hour, so if y'all want to come on out, we're just south of San Gabriel off of I-35 South. Happy that you guys joined us. I'm Carl Schoening, your host, now joined by head coach of your Georgetown Eagles, Chuck Griffin.
Thanks, Carl.
We got to get the applause in. Yes, thank y'all. Great crowd out here. It's packed, isn't it? We even have standing room only in the back, so thank y'all for being out here. As a beautiful patio they have out here. And, Coach, 2 games, 2-0. I know you always have things you got to work on, but you have to be happy with your results.
Absolutely. I mean, a win's a win. We'll take it any way we can get it. So, we really do feel pretty good about where we are and what we're doing. Our kids have played hard, and they're growing up and getting better. So we feel pretty good.
Not to really poke at it too much because Copper's Cove opened up with possession. They scored a touchdown in your first possession. Mm-hmm. Back-to-back comebacks, if you will, because you came back and tied it on up, and when you took the lead, you never looked back. What does it happen? What does it say when you kind of get that first hit? Is it a little bit of a punch to the gut and wake you up, or what happens when you get down early?
They did obviously score on their first possession. You love to stop everybody in their first possession, but that's not very practical to be that way. I mean, our goal is to score on the first possession of every game. We always want to score on the first possession. So I think trading possession for possession, that's pretty even. You know what? But I think it shows a lot of our kids that they don't panic, they don't get upset, they just kind of keep playing, and that's what we talked about all year. Really, is just kind of showing up and playing and doing your job, doing what you're supposed to do, and things are going to work out for us in the end.
Back-to-back victories against 6A schools, and no matter where you're going, whether it's Belton or Copper's Cove, you're dealing with a larger talent pool for schools to pick from. Just how did that kind of come about this year? Because I know scheduling was a little bit different this year.
Sure. Well, really, we set the schedule really before COVID, these two games, just looking for games. We had a new district, so we had to go out and find 3 games, and we've had a little bit of success in the last few years, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to schedule. So you got to look around a little bit, and we found Belton and Cove both had new coaches at the time, so they were looking for games too, and it just worked out.
Yeah, we've been to those UIL realignment meetings. This is the first year in District 11-5A. You deal with new opponents all the time, but you face a familiar opponent this week against Cedar Park. What do you know about the Timberwolves?
They're really good. They've been through 3 head coaches now, and they haven't missed a beat. They've been really good as long as I've been in this area, and won a few state championships along the way, and probably one of the top teams in the region, and definitely one of the top teams in the state. And, we've got our work cut out for us this week. But, man, we've had a good week of preparation, a good week of practice, and we're going to roll out there and go see what we can do.
You're a pretty balanced team offensively. You like to mix it up between the air and the ground game. This is a aerial raid team. Ryder Hernandez is averaging 300 yards per game in the air, and they're averaging less than 100 yards per game on the ground. How do you have a mix of preparing for such a one-sided offense while also keeping your offense prepared, and then the defense has to go up against the offense that you're facing? There's always so many moving parts in football.
Sure. I think that's just part of preparation during the week. We have our scout teams that run against us and kind of set up the other team's offense, the other team's defense. So, I think that's part of the preparation. We still do some good stuff on our own, just so we get used to the speed of the game. But, definitely Ryder's he's a tremendous player, and he has been all 3 years. He's been the starter and just done a really good job. He's definitely the leader on the team. So we've got our work cut out for us, but I feel pretty good about our plan, and we've, like I said, we've had a good week of practice. So.
What do you think of that aerial raid style offense? It's really started to come along with the spread here in this century, more or less. Yeah. So you've had to adjust here in the last decade, really.
Well,
as it made its way to high school.
That's kind of the way I grew up in football. I'm always going to try to be balanced, but I'm a quarterback guy, so I love to throw it around too. I want to be. My ultimate goal though is to win the football game. So whatever we got to do to win, and whatever our kids can do to win, whether that's run the football a little bit more, or be 50-50, or maybe be more run heavy than we are. It just depends. Last couple of years here as the offense coordinator, we were averaging over 74 plays a game, so we were throwing the ball around really fast too. So it just depends on what your kids can do, the talent pool you have, and what works best for them.
Last week against Cedar Ridge, they had a lot of explosive plays, the Timberwolves did, and that's sort of something that you want to stop in momentum, but how do you maybe do your best to limit those explosive plays, especially with how they like to sling it around?
Sure. Obviously that's a huge issue with them is slowing down their tempo a little bit, and also making sure that you can stop those explosive plays. That's one of our goals every week. With a quarterback like Ryder, they're going to get some. He's just a really good player. And even last year, a couple of the times where they scored on us, he was out of the pocket, moving. We flushed him out, and man, he makes 2 incredible throws and puts up 2 touchdowns, and those were things that were not designed to happen. He just was the type of player that made it happen. So that's our work this week, is try to stop that and try to limit that and try to keep him in the pocket and try to cover up our receivers, try to do their receivers and do the best we can.
You played these guys last year, and it was a tough loss at Birkelbeck Field. So even though you don't want to look too far ahead down the schedule, do you just kind of circle these somewhat rivalry games, especially when it's maybe a payback game?
Not because it's Cedar Park. This is the next goal on our goal board because it's the district opener. We always set a goal to win the district opener, so that's why it's on our goal board. Last year it was the same, but it was a different opponent. So depending on who it is, that's what we. This game is always on our schedule, no matter who it is. Our district opener, and that's one we want to win. So
Now that we've had a few weeks of this new normal, what has sort of been the things that you're used to and you've gotten out of the way, or things that you have to deal with every week with these COVID protocols?
Every week, the biggest thing I think with the COVID protocols is change. Just it's always changing. There's always something new. There's always a little bit of change that you have to make, and how you're practicing, or how you start, or how you're dressing out, and it's really just all the logistics of it that. Football hasn't changed. The way we're calling plays and blocking and tackling, I mean, that's never changed, right? We always do those things. It's the logistics of how you do it, how you start practice, and how you dress out, and who's in the locker room and who's out of the locker room, and all those kind of things that create the challenges and create the busy work of our life right now.
And you are the head coach of the football team, but your actual role is athletic director for the entire school. So I guess that kind of trickles down. How does your sort of administrative job change a little bit? Because you have to deal with a lot of other things too, right?
That's just part of time management. We've got a lot of other things going on, and other sports in season, and other sports getting ready to play, and seasons overlapping, and then you throw in all the COVID precautions that you got to take in all those different areas, and those are the biggest challenges, to just figure out the logistics of everything. Like I said, the game planning and the way that we practice football, that hasn't changed. I mean, that's pretty standard. There's a few changes out there as far as wearing masks and water, the way we water our kids and all that kind of stuff is totally different now. But I think we got a good plan. Our athletic training staff, Chad Hennessey's done a tremendous job with that. So. That's just part of it, just figuring out that work and figuring out how to do those things.
Yeah, those small things you don't even think about, such as disinfecting water bottles before they go over, or something like that. All of a sudden, there's a million things added to the checklist. I like how you guys don't shake hands. You just separate on opposite 5 yards apart from each other. I don't know how often you get to keep up with volleyball, but volleyball, they usually do the little handshake underneath the net, and they run up to each other, faking that they're going to run into each other. It's kind of funny. So I don't know how many of y'all got to see that volleyball match last night, but the Eagles winning 3 straight. Yeah, 3 straight sets. You can catch all those games here on SHN Sports. And, I think that it's always a good time just to, tune into these live streams. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it back home too. Coach, back to this upcoming week's game against Cedar Park. What are your keys to the game? You don't have to give away too much of the playbook or anything like that, but is there a certain key? And you can even just give me the good old coach speak answer if you want.
Well, I mean that's the truth, is the coach speak answer, right? I mean, we got to take care of the football. We've got to be able. I think we have a good plan, and we had a good week of practice, right? Those are big keys. And then defensively, we got to be able to contain Ryder. And we got to be able to contain the big plays, those are big keys every single week, but especially this week.
Yeah, you always got to hammer home the big keys, because there's probably a dozen keys, maybe 2 dozen that you go through every week. Well, thank you for your time. We enjoyed having you up here. And, hey, go ahead and take advantage. Order some food, some drinks. Go ahead and enjoy the show. We have a good one tuned in. We're going to talk to a couple players. I believe Connor's here. Connor, you want to come on up and chat with us? All right, sounds good. So when we come back, Connor Heffernan from the offensive line will be joining us here on SHN Sports Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live from George's On the Town.
At our bank, we believe in doing the right things for the right reasons. For our families, our communities, our future, just like you do. We believe the right thing is more than just a handshake or a promise. It's a relationship guided by honesty and integrity. How can our bank help you?
Thank you for calling our bank. This is Jenny. How can I help you?
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back with more Georgetown Eagle Nation football show here live from George's on the Town when we come back on SHN Sports.
George's on the Town, a social grill, is a proud supporter of GISD Athletics. Located just off of South I-35 in Rivery, George's on the Town offers an upbeat, casual dining experience that's fun for everyone. From rehearsal dinners and work events to happy hour and Sunday brunch, there's always something to do at George's on the Town. Be sure to check out live music on their pet-friendly patio every Thursday at 7, and of course the Eagle Nation Coaches Show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. We can't wait to see you.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home,
Is right around the corner.
if you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
All right, back at George's on the Town here on the SHN Sports Eagles Nation Coaches Show. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for watching at home. Sorry about the quick technical difficulty on the last segment, but now we are joined by defensive lineman Matt McCracken. So we go from one side of the trenches to the other. Matt, thanks for coming on the show.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
I just asked you if you'd ever been interviewed before. The answer was no, but I loved your response. What was it?
I've talked before, so I know what's going on.
Yeah, that always helps. We appreciate you guys coming out here and giving a shot on these interviews. The first time for a lot of you guys to be able to talk. If you could just move the mic a little bit closer to, yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
Y'all hear them all right back there? All right, sounds good. We got to make sure we get the people in the back. I think y'all might be able to hear us up here up front and make sure y'all can hear us at home, and y'all can. So we went from one side of the defensive line to the other, Connor, to you. So what's the kind of mindset of a defensive lineman when you're dealing with, this new age of physicality and practices versus the game? Because we were talking about with Connor.
I would say probably just, with O-linemen, they kind of get to think a little bit slower and they get more time to, I guess really gather around and, get themselves back to their certain job that they're doing. And with defensive linemen, it's you got to go. As soon as you get off that ball, it's it's let's go. So, there's definitely a camaraderie that you get from playing with the other side of those guys and, getting better from them. Having Connor around is really good practice for us because, this is a D1 athlete, so going up against other guys, it's not really as, I guess I would say, intimidating, But yeah, it's just whole different mindset, whole different levels, but kind of work off each other in a way.
I've never been a defensive lineman, and I imagine most of the people out here haven't been. So what's your checklist pre-snap, in play, and then post-snap? Like, what's the mindset of what you need to do during the course of a defensive possession?
You're thinking watch the ball for sure. Definitely, you don't want to jump off sides. Assignment, what gap you got. Get your hands up. Most important thing, fire off the ball and, let's go.
The one thing that I've always been interested in is, as a defensive player, what happens when you maybe see that play action, so you're all of a sudden keying on the running back, and then you have to key back on the quarterback, and then as he throws the ball. So maybe take us through something that's one of the more common plays here, especially those zone reads that we're seeing a lot of these days in football.
I would just say, it's a lot of having to redirect and really think fast. There's nothing else that that can beat a fast thinker. So I think just reacting, as opposed to guessing and assuming, really trusting your reads, trusting the coaches, and, just go get that ball.
Now you're going up against a very pass-heavy team, so how does that maybe change when you're going up against like Coppers Cove, a very run-heavy team? So difference between Cedar Park and Coppers, basically.
There's like some personnel changes, there's some stuff that we got to do up front, change around some, 3-4s to 4-3s, just kind of all around the plate, figure out what we can do to combat that. And, he's a good quarterback, but we figured out, watching film that he's flawed, and there's things that we can do, and we're going to go out there and we're going to beat him. So.
What are some of your keys going into the Cedar Park game as a defense?
For sure, stop the pass. Pressure hard. Let's get him off his grind early, and work fast from the start. Work fast till we finish. Nothing else like you said.
You mentioned how your defense changes, kind of like from 4 down line to 3, kind of that 3-3 stack. When you're dealing with somebody who does spread your defense so thin like the offense of Cedar Park, how much does that communication between everybody behind you come into play, or is it not as big of a deal so much as it is for linebackers and defensive backs?
Oh, it's essential for sure. We're all in it together. We all play off of each other, and it's about the communication, but also just knowing that everybody's on the same page, and we all know what our assignment is. We know what to do. That's kind of it's a big deal. It's key.
Do you think now that you're going up against a more pass-heavy team, you're going to drop back in coverage a little bit, or are you just all out going towards the ball?
We have some guys that we're gonna send for him, and we're gonna go put some pressure on, and we got guys in the back that are gonna make sure that the pass doesn't get anywhere. So we got a good plan for sure.
All right, I won't ask too much about that plan because I know football, it's almost like a battle out there every play, so you guys don't want any of your strategies going out there. But as a team, what has been sort of the key to your defensive success? Because let me think about this off the top of my head. We don't want to count the fourth quarter, but we have to, where you gave up a score. But other than that, you've had, I believe it's 4 scoreless quarters this season, so that's pretty good. Half of your season on defense, you guys have not given up a score.
Right, and it's really just, playing how you practice, doing the stuff that we've been taught. Coach Pat, he's a legend, takes care of us, he gets us right. So, there's really no way you can fail with people that we have behind us and all the supporters and stuff. So.
Thank you for bringing him up. We need a Coach Pat question every game.
Sure.
What's it like playing for Pat the Legend?
Oh man, there's your ups and downs. No, he's a great coach. Man, we love him. Treats us like one of his sons, So no bad words for Coach Pat for sure.
Oh, of course, no bad words for sure. But I see a couple laughs out there. Any funny stories you maybe want to share with him? Keep it PG, obviously.
Oh, man, that's a hard one. Keeping it PG. And can't think of anything at the moment, but something will come off the top of my head eventually.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and pitch a break on that one. But thank you so much for coming out. Hey, we appreciate you. And hey, thank you guys for everybody for coming out. We do this every Wednesday at 6 o'clock on game weeks. George is on the town here on the outdoor patio. They're airing the games inside on Friday, so if you guys can't make it out to Gupton Stadium, you're more than welcome to come out here to George's on the town to watch the SHN broadcast, the 7 o'clock kickoff. Good luck.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, thanks everybody out here. We'll be back with more from George's on the town here on the Eagle Nation's Coaches Show.
George's on the Town, a social grill, is a proud supporter of GISD Athletics. Located just off of South I-35 in Rivery, George's on the Town offers an upbeat, casual dining experience that's fun for everyone. From rehearsal dinners and work events to happy hour and Sunday brunch, there's always something to do at George's on the Town. Be sure to check out live music on their pet-friendly patio every Thursday at 7, and of course the Eagle Nation Coaches Show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. We can't wait to see you.
All right, we're back here. George is on the town. And, hey, thank you all so much for coming out here with Booster Club President Brian Hawkins. And, you know, I misspoke last week. Brian Dawkins was actually a defensive back for the Eagles. So the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, So, and I'm an Eagles fan. So, you know, we're sitting at the top of that NFC East with a nice 1-2-1 record. So, yeah, how about the NFC least this year?
The least, I like that.
Yeah. I don't know if you're a Cowboys fan by chance.
Actually, I was for a while, and then the whole Tom Landry deal. These kids don't even know who Tom Landry was. But when Jerry Jones bought the team, I said, I can't do this. So I went Oilers then Texans, and we're just glad to get our coach fired. So now I can be a Texan fan again.
I don't mean that's true.
Yeah.
I don't mean to do this to most of the crowd, but Connor, what year were you born? 2002. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel old. Yeah. Landry. Yeah. Well, what year did that happen? Pop quiz trivia. Anybody remember when Tom Landry? 89? Wow, I wasn't even born yet. So
was it 89?
Wow, I thought it was in the 90s. I know the Cowboys had a little success in the 90s. So that they, you know.
Well, and I guess that was it. It was Jimmy Johnson post Tom Landry.
Yeah, there's your NFL talk for the show. But hey, Eagles 2-0. How have you been liking these non-district games? And that's been fun to watch from the fans' perspective.
It has, yeah. They look. We came out. You know, they first drive they kind of marched down the field, and we figured the defense would kind of figure it out, and they did. And so the offense rolled from the beginning. It was a much better game than the week before. So you know, we took responsibility with the inflatable, and again, we're taking it again because we got the thing up this time, both halves, and we played well both halves. So, yeah, we're happy with it. Yeah.
So this was this is the first time that we've talked to you since the Birkelbach back into normal play. So how was the game day experience for fans and boosters out there at Birkelbach?
You know, like I said, we had a tailgate and I don't know. I hope the kids enjoy it. I think it's one of the best things when they walk through our tailgate and we got the drum line there and the cheerleaders. It's really, really cool. They're kind of walking like gladiators, going to battle, carrying the helmet, shoulder pads, and we get to cheer them on. So that's always fun. We had a great turnout. I think it was almost 100 people or so at the tailgate. So yeah, we were excited. It was funny watching the I don't know if they were getting their compensation based on how many times they told somebody to pull a mask up. But man, the ushers were like out of control. I mean, it was yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was that inside or outside? Or,
well, no, that was inside. Yeah. I don't know that we maintained social distancing outside, but there wasn't a lot of masks being. I mean, I guess we're telling on ourselves, but yeah, you know, we stayed away from each other. That's it. So.
Yeah. Well, this is obviously crazy. You got a gift here. What'd you get here?
Oh, this isn't for me. This will be here in a second. We'll get to this.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll get to this. So.
We have surprises that
we got a surprise
are not
here.
on the run of show here.
Yeah.
So the Eagles on the road this week, but for the next time that they're back at Birkelbach, what are some key things for fans in attendance to know before the game, for the tailgate, and then during the game, and all those things, just to kind of rehash? I know we probably talked about some of it, but
it's
for
fine.
the next upcoming thing.
Well, even this week, so again on the road, we don't cook, we don't tailgate. What we do is try to find a restaurant, a nice place. In Belton, we found Scores and had a great time. And this week it's Blue Corn Harvest.
Oh, great.
They're gonna host our group, and they have an outside patio, so we're looking forward to that as parents. You know, we get there about 5 o'clock and hang out as long as we can until get to the game is what we're gonna do. So. The next week, what we do there is, again, start serving food at 5 o'clock at the tailgate. Our guy Stan Fisher is our head trail boss cooker and all that, so he'll have a menu ready for us, and we'll announce that and all that. So, looking forward to it.
And is there social media that we can plug here for you guys, or
the
website?
There is, we got GeorgetownFootball.com, and then our Twitter account, we're on that as well. It's probably, I think, GT Eagle Football or something. Yeah, I don't. And then we have Facebook, so... like we talked about, if you do a search, we're not the Hoyas, we're the Eagles. If you want to go find us when you do that Google search,
So I think the internet has always confused me being a Georgetown Hoyas fan, because I always get push notifications because I search Eagles so much. So
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So anyway,
you know I'm just dying to know what this is.
If we're ready, we'll do this. Yeah. So today is someone on the team's birthday. Were you aware of this?
No.
Yeah. I think he's over in this direction right over here, Cade Lachlan.
Hey, Cade.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Cade, 18. So, come on up. So his parents had a little gift here for you. Huh? Yeah, open
go
it.
ahead.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
You read the card. Yeah, probably
I
read the card first.
I see the confetti in there, so yeah, I hope it's more than just the confetti.
No, there's good. Yeah.
Cade, one of the key receivers here, one of Darson's favorite targets.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay, 18, turning 18. We love you, Mom and Dad. And we have car keys. So the question is, what's it for?
A car?
You think it's a truck? Or
You
can we mobilize the camera out and see if we can follow? Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Anyway,
That's awesome.
yes.
Did you have any idea? No? Hey,
yeah.
I had no idea. So, hey, glad that came on the show, and that's kind of
maybe
a
we
cool
could sing him
moment.
happy birthday. We got a room full of folks.
Yeah,
Can we do that?
Does your generation use Facebook? That's the only way I know anybody's birthdays these days. You do have
He
Facebook.
does, yeah.
Hey. Oh, hey. So there you go. Yeah. Do you post your birthday on Facebook? No, it's on the timeline.
Timeline.
All right.
Yeah.
This will be on the timeline too. Yeah, that's kind of awesome. So
This will. Yeah.
I'm glad that we were the ones to present you with the surprise, but we did not buy the car. So
Yeah. If the
someone-
UIL's paying attention.
and if someone wants to,
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, hey.
Anyway, maybe we sing him happy birthday.
Y'all want to give him a little happy birthday? I'll
Yeah,
take
here we
this
go.
off so you don't hear my singing. We can turn up
Yeah.
y'all to see if y'all want to sing. Anybody? No? Here we go.
Yeah, we'll start.
Eyes here.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Awkward moment where he's just sitting over there.
to you. Happy birthday, dear Kay. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
So now he's got to go figure out what's going on.
I guess he'll go find out what car that is. We'll give you an update next week on the show. But hey, that's an awesome gift, and glad that we got to. You never know what'll happen on this show.
You
I
never do,
suppose.
yeah.
So, Brian, thank you so much for coming on up here. Any thoughts that you want to share before that I maybe didn't get to that's related to the Booster Club? I understand that you didn't even know you were coming on. I just called you out, and you're like, all right.
No, we appreciate you guys working and the broadcast and so forth, and thanks for George for hosting us and all the players, Coach Griffin getting the players out here. We had a great time, so we just keep getting bigger and bigger. So
we get any bigger, they're going to need to add on to this patio. There's plenty of room over there, so we'll see if there's a contractor that wants to advertise with us to help them out with that or something along those lines. Yeah. All right, thank you all so much for coming on out. Anybody have anything good you want to share on the menu? No? Nathan, we asked you earlier, you had that chicken fried steak. You recommend it?
Oh, I had that, yes. That's very good.
You did? All
got
right.
a little jalapeno and the gravy. Yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, once again, we're out here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We are going to have the broadcast aired here at George's on the Town. So if you can't make it out to Gupton Stadium or the games are ever sold out over there at Birkelbach, you're always more than welcome to watch the live streams here for both Georgetown and Eastview so you can see how the Crosstown High School is doing as well. Big thanks to David England running our camera. Big thanks to everyone at home watching on SHN Sports. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see y'all next week. Again, kickoff 7 o'clock Friday at Gupton Stadium here on SHN Sports.
Yep.